Hello, everybody. We are so excited to see everyone. Welcome to our stream. I'm Anya with Restream, and joining me is Alex. How are you
And I'm
doing?
Alex, your co-founder. So thank you so much for joining our stream today.
We are very excited because today we are just going to share a bunch of new releases and updates to our product. So it's very exciting for us to be here. And as always, we will take a bunch of your questions because this is live Q&A with us. So don't be shy and say hello in the chat as well as share your questions about Restream. And I see some people already checking in. Hi, Ali. He says hello. Very good to see you. Logan, the movie dude, says hi. Hi, Logan. That's awesome. And we have Restream. Welcome, everyone. That is great. Um, and okay, Dane says hi there. Hi. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Richard. I hope you received our little gift of the phone holder because we shipped one of those to you a few weeks ago. Hi, we're seeing some of the viewers checking in on X. That's really good to see you. David says hi. Hi, David. Amazing. Yeah, we have a lot to cover today, guys. We have some summer releases that we wanted to talk about, and of course, to demo a few new things that you can do with Restream. And of course, after that, your questions as always. So without taking any longer, let's go ahead and get started. Alex, would you like to share a
Yeah,
few requests that you received recently from our
yes, thank you so much, everyone who was sending DMs for the last months to me and to the team. We collected a lot of feedback from you guys, and we are here to serve you and to build cool things. And we decided to implement a few things that could help you to save a bunch of time. And we are going to showcase a few comments that we received. Can we switch to the next? Yeah, so we got requests such as, can we repurpose, reuse Restream events instead of having set up every single event from scratch? And can we have static links for guests? Can we do can we repurpose graphics for each stream, because and channels and basically the whole brand folders, instead of setting up our streams from scratch. So we were collecting all this stuff, and we were cooking something for you. And so we decided to rebuild the way you can organize and manage your streams. And And can you pick it up from here?
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to show you a few things that changed when it comes to creating your events and when it comes to just like thinking about how you schedule your streams. So one of the major concerns, as you can see from our users, from the comments and requests that we receive, is that once you start working on an event, and you put all this work in creating scenes if you're using Studio 2.0 like we're using right now, and you are putting all those assets together and like building your flow, and then once your event is over, you basically have to start from scratch and do it all over again when you have your new event coming up. Now imagine if you are working with a larger team and you have multiple shows, maybe you're working for a few different customers, or you are in an organization that services a few different departments and teams. In that case, you potentially are creating multiple events at the same time, and changing anything in one studio is immediately changing everything in the other. So we decided to fix this for you and create what we currently reluctantly call recreatable streams. And the main benefit of it, as you can see in this quick little demo, is that you can enter your studio, your event card, start your stream that you already built out and created all the scenes for, and then end your event, but then come back to that same event over and over again and go live or schedule it for later. So the benefit of it now is that every single event that you run, every single flow that you build is now going to be reusable and recreatable just as is, always minor tweaks if you need to change a few things, such as add a few visuals, drop a new logo, or add a new video clip to start or end your stream. So that is quite a big update because remember when you finish your stream in the past, it would just go into those past events and it will not be accessible. But now, even this stream that we're running right now, once it's over, all the scenes that we build are going to be available for our next live Q&A that's going to happen in the months. So that is the biggest update in terms of how we start to think about creating events and the flow of scheduling directly from the product. So this new flow is rolling out as we speak. So most of you do not have access to it just yet, but in the next 2 weeks, we are going to release it for all, and you will start seeing it slowly but surely starting today. Um, that is kind of our major change. And as you can see, a lot of other things also changed in our home screen, and we will definitely talk about that a little later. But one of the very important elements of recreatable events and streams is also drafts. So another thing that would not be possible to do for us is to let me go ahead and show you another thing is to create those events and kind of like your personal templates without allowing you to build your stream flow and then come back to it later. So in the past, every time you would go to studio or create an event, that's going to be just like one space. Now you can, at any moment of time, start building your stream, start adding your scenes and logos and visuals, and then just leave it and we save your work. So you can come back to that draft event later and finish preparing for it. It's something that we did with this stream right now. We actually started yesterday and we added a bunch of scenes. And then today we were able to follow up with a few visuals. And also your team can help. So for example, for us, like I started with a few scenes and then Alex could come in and add a few things that he believed he would like to share with you. So more teamwork, more time saving for you because you can reuse and repurpose scenes from previous streams, and you can also create drafts and come back to them later. So work on the multiple events at the same time and reuse what worked. So this is something that we wanted to share with you first and foremost. And of course, to support this new way of scheduling streams directly from your event cards and also coming back to the same event over and over again, as well as creating drafts, we had to reimagine and redesign how our main home screen looks. So as you can see, a lot of things changed in the home screen. Now you can see a very nice and comprehensive list of everything that is live, about to go live, or is basically done. You can see that on our left hand menu, like the sidebar is also reimagined. You have your home screen, you also have your past streams, so you can see kind of the history of your events. Your video storage is right there. And then the channels where you will be streaming are also on the side right there. So most of the time, if you're brand new, you will start creating your stream with this blue button that says create now. Then you will be choosing the method of how you want to stream, whether it's an RTMP, studio, or playlist. And eventually, once you created that stream, you can keep coming back to that event card and reuse recreate from there. So now this new recreatable streams are only going to be available for studio and playlists in the iteration one. But RTMP is coming soon, as well as pre-recorded videos. So stay tuned for that. Alex, what do you think? Are people
Yes.
excited? Let me let me see the
I
chat.
see, I'm reading some comments, and it seems to be that everyone is so excited about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to underline that we are rolling out these changes progressively, so not everyone will get it right away. So, but in the next few weeks, we will release it to everyone. And again,
awesome.
so we have actually even further some ideas how we are going to iterate on this functionality. So stay tuned. In the nearest couple of months, you will see a lot of changes and improvements that are related to actually user experience, first of all. Because
Perfect.
we were building our product for quite a long period of time, and we built a lot of functionality, and more things we built, it adds a complexity, and we are going, and it's not easy actually every time to come back and reimagine how it has to look and feel, but we still find energy. And like, thank you so much, first of all, to you guys. You inspire us a lot.
Yeah, exact. All of those changes were literally taken from either somewhat official feature requests that folks are submitting through our support channels, and sometimes they're just directly messaging me or Alex because they want to share something that is a pain point. And of course, it's also kind of like our way of thinking about streaming and like using the product ourselves. So I would love to definitely take some questions, but before that, just wanted to cover a few use cases for these changes. Like, who maybe you're looking at all this and thinking, well, am I going to benefit from this? Like, what is this doing for me for my specific setup? So I'm just going to give you a few examples of like what would be like a good scenario or good application for this new changes. Like, who would actually save the most time and the most clicks on with this new update. So first of all, it's folks with recurring shows, right? Like if you have an event that's happening every week, every month, every day, maybe brave people, kudos to those. You do not have to recreate the scenes and the flows all the time, because a lot of times, even with our show, like the sequence is very similar. We welcome you, we have a little countdown timer, we have a few visuals to illustrate some features. So we do change a few assets, but in the end, the flow stays the same. And for those recurrent events, and that also includes when you need to play some clips or pre-rolls or commercials or ads of your sponsors and partners, like all of that can stay there, and you can simply come back and adjust a few quick things and then continue streaming. So it saves you a lot of time and saves you a lot of starting from scratch every time you need an event if you have that recurring weekly, monthly, daily show. Now, if you're news and podcasters, coming back to those clips and pre-rolls and things, you'll probably already have a lot of video materials that you will be showing. So imagine you can simply copy and paste any clip, any video from any previous event, and that becomes your scene in a new event. So that really speeds you up. And for news and podcasters, it's super important, right? When the news are breaking, you have to go live quickly, and you don't have to think about presetting all of your branding and visuals. It's all ready for you right there. If you're doing courses, training, and master classes, it's great too, because you can reuse your playlists. You can schedule events with your pre-recorded videos, and then you can schedule them over and over again, and then just switch a few videos in your list to keep it fresh. And of course, company announcements or internal communications, a great way to build out your flow that works, and then just change a few guests, a few speakers, and a few presentation decks that are new, but keep that flow consistent so people know what to expect every time they show up. So those are some use cases that we came up with. You guys are welcome to share more. If you are using events regularly, what do you do? How do you do it? If you are a media team, sports, or anything like that, let us know if this is helpful and how. And let's go ahead and take some questions, because I'm sure there are some interesting things that we'd like to cover, because this is for you, and we want to make sure that you can instantly understand and fall in love with this. So let's take some Q&As. All right. Question from Visna. Hi. Good to see you. Event templates. This is a big change. Thanks for releasing this. Yes. So these are not quite templates. We're kind of like um, trying to be careful with naming it this, because there are other interesting things coming in the theme of templates, but it is kind of your custom template. So yeah, you're exactly right. You build your stream the way you want it, and then you can reuse it as your template. So yeah, I hope it's going to be a game changer for especially streamers who create events in advance. And thank you for saying that. That means a lot to us. Thank you.
And it's not applicable to one event, it's applicable to all your events. So you can create plenty of different structures, scenarios, and keep them. And it saves you a lot of time and can build on top after every stream. You can resync and new ways, new kind of sequence of the scenes, and keep building and improving your shows.
Yeah, and I know Visna specifically works with some customers and she has her own show, so very applicable to her use case. Anthony, would it be possible to have the embedded code option available on all levels? So I'm assuming this is about embedded streams on your website. And yes, those events that you will be scheduling in this new way and reuse and recreate can be easily embedded into your website. So yes to that one. Let's see. Ta-da. David, I'd love the ability to round the corners of the input sources. That's an interesting one. It is something that I'm assuming like that would be like that's about the video boxes that you have as well as some media. I believe we can create something like that. Right now, we're trying to keep it like more universal. But are you waving to our co-producer product team?
Yeah,
Uh,
I also know some details what is going on with the technology, and I know that we can round corners for most of the sources, besides video in particular. So we need to find some workarounds how to do it in an efficient way. So again, so we can round corners for video as well, but the technology which we use right now, it makes it very difficult to compose and it takes a lot of resources of our infrastructure. So we need to rethink how to do it in the way it will not affect the stream quality of our users.
got you. Yeah, good point though. Question: how is now the transmission with X? Okay, we were expecting this question, of course. So streaming to X changed just a few weeks ago because X Live introduced new requirements for people who want to go live on the channel. So basically, now in order to stream live from third-party applications, and on X you have to use a third-party application to go live, such as Restream or OBS, you now need to purchase a premium account on X. So on Restream side of things, we still do not charge you for X. It is still a free channel, and you can use it on our basic or free plan. But on X, in order to receive that stream, they require you to have premium. Um, this is something that we're working on with the X team to resolve. So we're trying to figure out like how we can support our creators and help them to not have to invest more into streaming as they're growing. There are a few workarounds. Like, for example, they do give away free Premium Plus accounts for everyone who has over 2,500 verified followers. So if you have a big channel and you do not have Premium Plus yet, you're most likely already eligible for streaming. You just need to make sure you verify your account. They ask you to verify your phone number and like go through some steps. It's actually similar to YouTube verification. But for everyone else, for now, you do have to purchase a Premium Plus. We are actively working on a partnership with X. Hopefully, we'll be able to come up with something soon. But as for now, yes, the options are to either purchase Premium Plus, get to that 2,500 verified followers, or hang on tight and wait for hopefully us to simplify this for you. So that's the X answer. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, I guess just continue to check our emails and check our X account, because if there's an announcement on that side of things, we will definitely post it there.
And I just want to add a few cents here that, as Anya mentioned, we are in communication with the next team, and we communicate with them quite often, every week. And there are legit reasons why they implemented these limitations. And they also want to improve the quality of the content on their platform, and we understand it. So we are trying to find a solution how we can actually make better content on this platform and how we can facilitate our users get access to this content without like going through this kind of restrictions.
Yeah, there's also one more thing on this topic while we're on permissions and verifications on X. One thing that I noticed personally, if you are part of an organization that is verified, then your organization, your company can add you as part of their team. And that will also kind of unlock that blue check mark on your personal X account. And you will be able to stream like that. So, for example, I personally, if anyone follows me on X as Anya, I think Anya Rosina one, you can see that this stream is also happening there, even though I'm not purchasing premium. But because Restream added me as their teammate, as the person on the team, I automatically can like inherited that premium status because Restream is a verified organization. We are paying for our X account. So that's also something to look into. So if your company and your organization is streaming on X and there's value in connecting with their followers there, you can basically get that opportunity added through your company. All right, let's get a new one. Awesome. Clarence says, question for studio streams. Is anything like focused view with auto switching of active speaking participant cameras on the roadmap? That's a good one. That's kind of like our hybrid streams kind of area that we're getting into.
I think that it also can be related to this pinning participants to specific scenes. So we have this kind of idea as well, because kind of when you switch between scenes, you cannot right now control guest positioning, so it
Mhm.
randomly position everyone. So, and we have some ideas that maybe we will somehow pin specific guest, specific source to like specific corner of the layout. But yeah, so it's kind of an idea for now, but we are exploring. If you have some ideas how to resolve it, if you have some of this kind of ideas, please share with us. And our DMs are open, and you also can send your feedback to our support chat, and our team will be able to pick it up from there.
And we are definitely making screenshots of a lot of this. So definitely, if you're asking questions like that, we are definitely making notes. Yeah, auto speaking. So basically, also could mean that someone is. If I'm speaking, I become like the main event on the screen, right? Especially if you have a lot of panelists, so they will automatically zoom in to the person who is talking. That's actually a very interesting idea. All right, another question from Dane O Jets. Will there be a more affordable option to have a person help produce for us in the second seat without leveling up tiers? They don't need camera access, or can we both sign in as me? So it's a question about teams and like co-production. Alex, do you want to take that, or do you want me to start and then you can add your 2 cents on that one?
Oh, like it's a very complex question since it related to our pricing, right? So we try to build solution that will actually cover needs of most of our creators, right? Every of our creator, and we are reimagining pricing right now. And when it comes to producing content with a few teammates at the same time, we try to consider it treated as a team or organization. And right now these seats are available our business tier, and we are looking for some compromises where we could find the way to give it to smaller teams, like, or like individual creators that tries to collaborate. And again, if you have any ideas how you envision it, because we kind of have how to say, two two challenges here. In one hand, we want to provide our service to big organizations and businesses that require like extra reliability and security, and requires much more of efforts to serve this type of clients. And simultaneously, we serve individual creators and have to allocate enough resources on our team. It's kind of a challenge right now. So send us a message. We'll try to settle it. So
But yeah, we're exploring ways to potentially have team seats as an add-on, but it will still be something that we primarily want to offer to organizations and companies. We're trying to make it more clear distinction and like make the individual creators streaming even more affordable, and then help organizations to get everything they need in order to stream as a team. So yeah, definitely reach out to us. We'll see what we can do. And Yeah, thanks for question. Thanks for asking. Like that's all good stuff. We really need to hear that feedback.
So we just need to probably, yeah, just send us a DM on X or again mention
The live stream. Yeah.
yes live stream and or send us a message directly on the on our website, and we will immediately reply to you.
Yeah, great question from David here. It's nice if we could set, it would be nice if we could set YouTube settings when creating an event in Restream because I always have to turn on monetization manually every time. Not sure if this is possible, but it would save time. So this is related to how the YouTube API is designed, right? Like we definitely would love to give that opportunity to everybody, but this is from what I understand, as I remember, it is some restriction on APIs from YouTube. The good news is that we are also talking to YouTube team on the regular basis, and this has come up in our conversations before. So that is something that we're definitely exploring as an option. Right now, we would love to bring this to you, but it's just something that YouTube has to allow through API, and that's the kind of like the missing piece there. But yeah, I understand it's not the best thing to have to come back and turn it on manually. So yeah, we're exploring it as we speak. Good points. Very, very nice ones.
I
All
saw from
right.
accent, so we are working on it. I hope you can understand what when I'm speaking. So.
Yeah, please, when you're arranging pricing, always keep in mind the companies with needs for more than one seat do not necessarily have employees. Some of us work as VAs, like virtual assistants, and we're actually micro companies. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool perspective. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically, any kind of like independent audio video producer is kind of a company because they have to help a few other companies, but they are a sole creator themselves. Yeah, it's good to know. Thank you. That provides a lot of good context for us as we're thinking about pricing. Appreciate the heads up. All right. Anything else we want to cover? All right. More questions. I love it. DA411 on New York sports. Great question. Can you send email when there are updates? The last time it didn't happen and I had to go through Restream chat to find out. If you can clarify which kind of updates, we would love to check because we do send emails whenever we are launching a new product or any kind of like new functionality and things like that. So we are actually working on the announcement as we speak. Once everyone gets access to this new way of creating streams, drafts, and kind of like reimagined home screen, we will definitely inform you. Another thing to remember is to make sure that you are receiving those emails, that you did not unsubscribe, that they're not accidentally getting into some place in your mailbox where you are not necessarily finding them. But we do always announce major changes like this. Another good place to keep an eye on that is, of course, our X account. Even if they're not live streaming, we're trying to post updates with little visuals to get kind of give you an idea of what's happening. And yeah, if you're not getting our emails and you would like to get them, reach out to our support and we'll make sure we fix it for you because we definitely do our absolute best to announce everything that's new in Restream. It's actually part of my job and my team. So
And actually, yeah, we sent much more updates on our socials, so
yeah.
it's, it would be a right thing to follow. We might also rethink how we can restart our Discord community, but for now it's kind of on hold. It's self-sustainable, but we do not post the updates. But maybe close to the autumn we will start working on it as well.
This is an interesting little comment. So a man says, last week I live streamed using Restream to YouTube from my drone and it had no issues. Great job, guys. Love how easy it is. That is a really cool use case. I would love to see a stream if that's possible. Um, and if you can either just share it in the comment to this video or find me on one of the social media platforms and send me a message. I would like to have a look because we do sometimes feature interesting use cases and interesting customers. And I think this is a really interesting way to use Restream. So I would love to. I would love to learn more. Awesome. Anya, your DMs are closed on Twitter unless you are following us. Oh, okay. Well, I will fix that. And there's also my account
I
on
opened.
LinkedIn. You're open. That's interesting because it must be something, some setting that they changed as I changed my status, as I like joined Restream organization or whatever. I will keep an eye on that, and I will check right after the stream. So thanks for letting me know. I had no idea they're closed, so I will fix it. Awesome. Great customer service. Thank you. Music District. Thank you. We're really glad to hear that because it's super important for us. And yeah, we value every single user, every single feature request, every single feedback. So whenever you need anything, let us know. We wake up every morning hoping to make your life easier and your streams better. So that is truly good too. And that's why we started to do the streams on a regular basis, because we love to connect with you guys and hear your thoughts.
One
Right,
more.
interactive. Yeah,
Yeah.
one more interactive realm. I want to thank Alex. I guess thank for listening to my thoughts and ideas on X. And sorry, I missed the beginning of this video, but is there a time frame for the folder primary color fix?
Like, yeah, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And it's been shared with the team already. And at the beginning of the stream, we mentioned that we right now have an ability, we are releasing an ability to save all your kind of assets in drafts. So every change that you've done in the past of your streams, or even in this, in kind of during the preparation of the stream, it could be stored as a separate card at your home screen, and you can repurpose it many times. You can kind of start your event, finish it, then come back to it, and do some changes in existing kind of set of scenes and work on your uh, Premiere color and graphic materials and go live again. Or you can just start a new stream, create a set of scenes, add your graphics, and it will always stay in this kind of cart. So I hope it partly resolves one of your requests, and we keep working on others.
Awesome.
And
All
it's not,
right.
and one more thing, so it's not rolled out for everyone yet. So in the next a few weeks, you will get an access. And actually, if you send me in DM your email address, you'll get access right away, so that you can test it and provide your feedback. It would be much
Yes.
appreciated.
And the same will happen if you just reach out to our support and mention this live stream or our new home screen and new ways to schedule your events. If you just reach out to our support, they're 24/7. Alex hopefully is not. Sometimes he is, but a lot of times he's not 24/7. But if you reach out to our support, they have a way to actually provision you to that new to give you access. So don't hesitate to talk to support, mention this live stream, and we will make it happen for you. That's amazing. All right. So, on our next topic, real quick, we wanted to also share another announcement. But this one is specifically for studio users, but it's super, super exciting. So, for the longest time, I personally had this issue that sometimes in my stream, I just want to show a picture, right? I just want to show one image to illustrate my point. And in the past, what I had to do is to either create a presentation or create a little video clip or screencast, just like the ones we shared earlier, and upload that as a video into my stream. So a lot of times that was helpful, but a lot of times I just needed a quick image. And starting today, for everyone who uses Restream Studio 2.0, so our new version of Studio, we are introducing images in Studio. And the beauty of it is that you can very, very easily drag and drop images directly from your desktop or copy and paste them from anywhere on internet, and they will automatically create scenes and align within our new layouts. We support a bunch of different formats, including PNGs that create this cool overlay effects that we will also demo in just a minute. And we support GIFs. So if you have a cool GIF that you really love and enjoy, you can always drag it and drop it into your stream and showcase it that way. So this is the cool overlay effect with the PNG. As you can see, this is actually perfect for products or anything else physical and tangible. And it can create this kind of like overlapping effect. You can kind of pat it a little bit if it's like in your Showtime layout. So it kind of creates this really interesting 3D visual. And this could be a physical product in PNG as well as any kind of message, such as subscribe to my channel or welcome to my show. join us, and everything else. Businesses. Hey, Anya, John Oliver style of presenting. Yes, we had that conversation with Visnya about, yeah, like John Oliver style, how he has like a little image overlapping him. So now this is possible with Showtime layout and PNG image. Simply dragged and dropped or copied and pasted into your videos. So much excitement, great fix, and I love hearing those events. We can bring Alex back, by the way, if he's ready. We had to hide him because
Myself.
like yeah, because like this overlay works really good if it's just you, or if you have more guests or presenters, it will also overlap similarly. But like with two people, it's kind of slightly different. But yes, so plenty of different formats, including the photos that you take on your phone. I do somewhat remember what was the name of that format. I think it's HEIC. Uh, Correct me if I'm telling you wrong.
So yeah,
Huh?
so from my
Yeah. So if you're taking pictures on your iPhone and then you're like, okay, great picture. I want to drop it in my stream and kind of like illustrate my point. That's also supported with that similar drag and drop. You can also add images from our sources. It's kind of like a more traditional way. But I think the coolest part is that you can easily drag and drop them and they are just going to be there for you. See? And all the images are following our layouts and overlays. So as you can see, no matter which layout you use, the image will still work with it. So you can overlay it, or you can become like kind of like part of your, um, kind of like dual option, and even something like this when the image becomes the main thing and you are on the side. So my personal favorite, of course, is Showtime because I think it gives this really, really cool effect. And you can also maximize it. For example, if you just want to show it and talk over it, that's an option as well. All right. Oh my God, it's it's flat. I love your names, guys. You're like so awesome. Thank you, Restream. You make so much possible for me. Yes, I think it's really cool for people who like show any kind of like imagery. So designers, creators, all the crafts folks. It makes so much easier to like really put your images and photos and pictures like front and central. And yeah, so I'm personally a big fan of that, especially with the drag and drop, because it makes things so much easier for me. Because a lot of times I just have a great image and I just want it in my stream, and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to prepare it. So that's really exciting. And we also have gifts, but I guess we'll get to that after a few questions. Where's my Alex? Uh, if you are doing, here he is, back. If you're doing a presentation and streaming a video, can you add image while it's running? So if you are doing a presentation, that's going to be a different kind of like type of source in your stream and studio. So what I would recommend doing is to create two different scenes for that. One would be for your presentation and another one would be for your image. And then you can just switch between them if you need to kind of like transition between those two visuals. Um, in my opinion, images are a little bit easier. And remember that you can copy, just like we demoed in our video, multiple images at the same time. So if you have a series of visuals that you want to show, you can simply copy them, drag them into Studio, and we will automatically create the scenes for you. And then you can just transition between those scenes. So your presentation can still be another scene that you can come back to, but then the images can be supporting. So, but if your question is, can we put images on top of videos and on top of presentations, it's going to be only one source per scene. So you'll need a different scene for every of those sources. But it's so easy to just like go between them, just like with your little arrows on your keyboard. You just can go up and down and change that setup. Really good stuff. Richard is saying, exciting. Have a jewelry store client I'd like to test the Showtime feature with. Yes. So for any kind of physical products and retail, this is gold because you can take great pictures of jewelry and showcase them by simply dropping them into your stream. Just make sure you use Showtime for that cool overlay effect. Yeah, let's do it. Let us know how it went. Thank you for the comment. You guys should bring products back. I want to showcase product this big. This is used to be a layout where the product was showing in the right column. But since you created scenes, no more. This is a classic feedback that I also shared with our product team. Yes, remember that's a QR code request. Basically, we in the old studio we had a QR code that was like on the side with the scannable QR code and bigger image of the product. And I think Alex is saying yes. It's a yes thing. Or did I do that?
actually,
I guess.
I didn't do it somehow
Maybe
randomly.
I did it. Maybe I did it. Like maybe I was just like great feedback. But yes, it's actually on our roadmap. It's in the works. We do want to bring that QR code back in Studio 2.0, so stay tuned for that. It's a great one.
We just want to adjust our layout so it could be more aligned and beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yes, QR codes are really cool. So I can use the images as sort of a PowerPoint presentation. Um, yeah, I guess so. Like with scenes, I think I see what you're saying. With scenes, each of your scenes can have an image, right? And you in that scene or video, and you can just go through those scenes as a presentation, and every scene will just be a separate image. So yes, if you have a bunch of images, and that kind of constitutes the flow of what you want to share with your audience. Basically, I like to refer to scenes as presentation slides because think about it, like the reason why you would want to build out your stream with scenes in advance, it's like the same as a presentation, right? Very few of us would do a presentation and like change one slide over and over again while you're presenting, right? You're creating slides in advance and then you just simply transition and flip between them. So yes, with scenes and images in studio, you can do the same by just adding your images and then transitioning, basically walking from one scene to another, and building your presentation in that way. So yeah, if you have great images and that's all you need to tell your story, absolutely go for it. That's
You
going to
can,
work in Studio 2.0.
and also you can use captions, so they could be animated and automatically can appear when you switch between
Mm-hmm.
the slides between.
Exactly. Exactly. And then slap a few QR codes on there if you want people to take specific action. So here's your CTA. So that's your interactive presentation right there. That's awesome. Thanks, gang. That's all I have for you at the moment. That's awesome. Thank you for your feedback and for your requests. It's really good to hear. And you guys have always the best ideas. And it's a pleasure and a privilege for us to fulfill those requests and to hopefully help you create better streams. That's awesome. That is great. So much easier. Yeah, I know. Like it was such a big time saver for me because I used to create this presentation slides for every visual, and now it's like that drag and drop. It feels so good. I promise. As you can see in the video that we created, and we'll be posting that on social shortly. All right. Any other questions that we want to take today?
Yeah, let's show
Right. The GIF.
the
Yes. So this is how we think about ourselves with these new things that we are creating in studio. We're hoping that this is kind of like how your content production, your growth in terms of viewership, and kind of like your ability to be seen and be heard by as many people as possible is going to look like. We're attaching a huge rocket to everything related to your live content and videos. And this is my personal favorite gift because I think it's just whoever designed that. By the way, I want to meet that person. If you know the designer and creator of this thing, I want to send them my personal kudos because I've been loving this thing for and using it all the time whenever we're speeding up on some project extensively internally. So good stuff.
and sorry for shipping these images for so long. It was very hard. It was very hard to prioritize this. For real.
Yeah.
Even we were experiencing this pain as well so much every time we were working on preparation for our next stream. So we always find the way and reason to kind of postpone working on this simple functionality.
Yeah. There's always something. But now it's here, and now we're doing this streams regularly as well to continue using our recreatable streams. So your feedback and your feature requests are going to be coming in more and more, and we hopefully will be delivering faster. So let's take a few more questions before we wrap up. The snail with the rocket. I know, I love it. I think it's so great. and yeah, before we wrap up, let's go ahead and take a few more questions and maybe any other feature requests. And yeah, so Michael is saying, I would love to have you as a guest on my morning show explaining the benefits of Restream. Oh, how cute. Yeah, send me a DM, which I promise I will open on X in just a minute. You can also find me on LinkedIn. And if you share the information about your show, I will try to make it work. I love to I love to connect with your audiences too, and yeah, that would be amazing. Thanks for the invitation. Really humbled, or maybe that was for Alex. So I just like took it.
I'm also,
If that
I'm
was Yeah, he's also up for that. And maybe he wants both of us. Who knows? Here is the Restream Discord. So if you guys are on Discord regularly and you would like to join our server, it was briefly flashed just a second ago. You can find us there. I mean, it's pretty easy. You just search for Restream IO, and you can join it. There's not much going on there. We have a couple of volunteers, like like helping people to understand a few things Restream, but we might reactivate that. And yeah, other than that, follow us on X, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you always get notified whenever we are live with new releases. And of course, you can also follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. There is a new question from Nisa. How would I be able to have a clear screen when streaming? Okay, so if you can clarify a little bit what you mean by clear screen, is that the screen that you're sharing, or is it like what exactly is on that screen? We will be happy to help you out. And yeah, so what is the clear screen for your use case? And while you are clarifying, we'll take another question really quick. Your customer service chat is wonderful. They're quick and answer questions immediately. I just wanted to thank you guys for that. Well, this is so wonderful to hear. I hope support folks are hearing that too, because they have this like hard job, like you have to like work with a lot of different customers. Sometimes they're not very happy, and they're doing really, really amazing job carrying and doing their best to like troubleshoot. Sometimes in the very speedy and fast-paced situations, because sometimes people are going live right now and they're like trying to understand something. So this means a lot to us and to our support team to hear that you are happy with how they respond and how quickly. So I really appreciate that. And here's Ali. He's actually on support team and he's sending you hearts. I'll send you a few more because you guys are awesome. Right. Let's see if we got any clarification on the previous question. And in the meantime, David is asking any plans to support HEVC or AVI? I see Alex is asking. Our head of product, who is our co-producer today, he might smile and wave towards the end of the show. What did you learn, Alex? Here we go.
So we just showing our co-producer behind the scene.
Right there.
And he says that we will discuss it with the team, and we have a list of different formats which we want to support. And yeah, we could include this as well.
And now my emojis are not working. Oh, here we go. Awesome. When will all the features of Studio be available for Encoder? That is a big question, Ido. This is a really big question. All features of Studio, right? So, Alex, what do you think?
First of all, you can use Studio with Encoder together already. So you just can use Encoder as a source and stream your content
So,
to the
pull
studio
both.
and use all functionality of the studio right away.
Yeah.
There are some limitations in terms of, I believe, resolution, right? Or it could be completely the same.
What do you mean by resolution?
Overall, the quality of the stream when you stream from Encoder into Studio.
I think when you pull the stream from Encoder into Studio, you do add a little bit of latency. So that is something that happens, and for a lot of people, it's not huge issue, but that happens because we have to basically take your encoder, put it in the studio, and then add latency from studio. In terms of resolutions, I believe that there is a limitation in studio to 1080p. So if your encoder is running in 4K, then the studio won't be able to support that. So there is that limitation as well.
And there
But
is
if you
one
are
limitation, sorry for the interruption, that when you stream from Encoder, it's RTMP, and like our studio is about WebRTC. So WebRTC doesn't have some kind of buffer, and you can lose if you have a frame drops. So unfortunately, at the end, like on social platforms, viewers can see it. When you stream through Encoder, through RTMP, it gives you kind of, this protocol gives you kind of a buffer, and if you have some kind of issues with internet for milliseconds, so this protocol allows you to resend packages of your video, and it will be delivered to end viewers with just a bit bigger latency. WebRTC unfortunately doesn't have this functionality. So we can find some workarounds in the future, but currently it's a limitation.
But I have a very quick and maybe kind of like not so revolutionary workaround is why don't you try to use Studio? Because if there's something that's missing in Studio that you are getting in Encoder, let us know what that is. A lot of times we do have some ideas for workarounds. It's not going to be one-to-one to Encoder, but there's a lot of functionality, especially with the new releases and the new things that we ship every day, that you can find in Studio. Many people don't know that you can play videos here, you can invite guests, you can easily use a few different layouts, and it's actually pretty competitive in terms of like the quality that you have. You can highlight chats like we're doing right now. So maybe give it a spin and see if what's missing in Encoder is something that you can kind of like work around within Studio space, and maybe you'll love it more than you did your OBS or whichever encoder of choice you have as your setup right now. So, all right. D-Real would love all the sound effects perks for a podcast that would make my day. That's really cool. So that's kind of like sound effects slash custom audio, custom music. We actually talked about that not too long ago, that this is something that we're thinking about potentially introducing soon, hopefully this year. That right now we have AI music available for you, which we're not playing right now, but you can in studio. But yeah, do we have any like more specific ETA for things like custom music and sound effects? Because we do get those requests quite often.
It depends. Depends
Yeah.
on the mood of the team.
Yeah.
In terms of where did we discuss when did we discuss this? So it was yesterday. So we had this conversation with our team yesterday. So
Mhm.
it might be available soon, but how soon? It's hard to say. Maybe we will find the way to ship it in the nearest future. So we'll see. We will need a few more rounds of our kind of uh, discussion.
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. Will we be able to have the availability to size our brand logos and also have more than one at a time? So that's a great question, and it's kind of relates to our new update with images. So the logo in the design tab is going to always be in the same place and is going to be relatively the same size unless you do like some clever trickery with actually the the file that you're using for your logo. But with new images in Studio and transparent PNGs, all you need to do is just create a PNG where you position your logo wherever you want it and however you want it, and then you can show it that way in our new images setup. You can also use overlays. So overlays allow you to create a transparent image and then have some parts of that image with your logo. So let's see if I have anything here in design to show. But for example, this one, see how in this case the Restream logo appears in the other corner, and that's just a simple overlay that you can customize and add. So you can kind of like move and position your logo wherever you want. And this is our classic standard Restream logo right now above Alex. So you can use overlays to position your logos to in any place in the studio. But do we plan to allow you to kind of like move the logo a little bit more around the studio? It's a big question because there's some conversations about this. On one hand, more flexibility sounds good. On the other hand, more flexibility with positioning your visuals and graphics adds complexity. So we are trying to kind of like walk that line and balance it nicely. So it's very easy for you to create beautiful streams if you don't have a lot of design skills. But of course, for folks who do have those skills, it does feel a little bit limited. So I would say transparent PNGs for your overlays is an option one, and new images in Studio when you can drag and drop your PNG for larger effect like we showed earlier is another. Hopefully that helps.
And one day in the future, Hopefully, we will release an ability to create a custom scene and custom layouts on it, so that you can actually build the layout you like, and maybe
Mhm.
even share with others. We'll see.
Yep. Amazing. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. If we have any more questions that we definitely want to take before. Hello, your website is very good. Thanks. Oh, that's a really good comment for us because we are reimagining our website. We're reimagining a lot of things, as it sounds, but the website is also getting a little bit of a makeover. And yeah, it's really good to hear that you like it. Let us know which pages and which parts you like the most, just to kind of see which ones work for you. And yeah, keep checking out. Custom music for countdown scene, please. Yes, I know. So right now, what you can do is, and I tested that yesterday. So historically, we only had countdown, and then there was like this selection of maybe 6 or 8 tunes that you could play in the countdown. Right now, you can play countdown timer with any AI music from our list. So that was kind of an interesting discovery for me. So you can play any genre in our AI while your countdown is playing. But in the future, as we're thinking about potentially adding custom music to everything, it will also be available for countdowns. Custom music, guys, like really, like this is something people are asking over and over again.
Have one more conversation after the stream.
Right. I would love to have the ability to wave audio files. Like, yeah, it's and especially thinking about podcasters and all the folks who are like kind of like audio first or who are repurposing into audio. Yeah, I can totally see how your own music is important. So just to give you a rationale behind this is we're also trying to balance this line of folks using Restream and then getting playing music that is copyright driven, right? Like that has copyrights on it, and then potentially getting banned by end platforms because, especially folks like YouTube, Facebook, they are very strict on copyright issues, and we definitely do not want you to get strikes or to just get like parts of your stream blocked, or the whole stream might be taken down, right? Like kind of depends on the platform and like how they see your copyright violation. But on the other hand, we understand that you want to play your own music, and sometimes you own the license for that music, or you're swimming at your own risk. So we're trying to find the way where we do not upset too many people with copyright issues, especially since it's really hard to navigate that world of copyright music, but also give you a little bit more flexibility of what you play in your streams. So yeah, definitely let's have another conversation after this, and we'll keep you posted. Awesome. Veteran Nation, will there be a way to bring a guest links integrated with OBS? That is an interesting question. So, if I understand correctly, you're trying to bring guests into your OBS, which is not like it's not our product, so it's hard for us to tell what's going to be possible there. But in studio, guests work like magic. So, potentially, you could use Studio for situations when you have a guest speaker. It's actually super simple. And with Studio Guest, you also get pairs, which allows your guests to rebroadcast streams to their own channels to get extra exposure. So I would recommend you trying that. And yeah, when it comes to OBS, there is a way to bring your OBS stream into Studio and then bring in a guest, but that's a bit complex of a setup. So I would say give Studio a try when you're interviewing. It
Actually,
works.
you can do OBS studio into OBS. So you can invite
Mhm.
guests to our studio and then capture screen with guest and stream it to OBS.
But then you will need to have a good way to hear, like if you're having a conversation with that guest, you need a good way to hear what's happening in studio and also kind of like have your OBS open. So that might be a bit more difficult. So I would say just like give studio a try if you're interviewing. But yeah, that's also something that you can do. Flash Hound question: would there be a way to add in a plugin for OBS to dock the Restream chat so the streamer could just look at their OBS software for chat instead of having a separate window? I believe you do have that option. You do have an option to embed the Restream chat into the OBS, as far as I remember. Or am I missing something, Alex?
I think you have to be able to do it.
Yeah,
So
it's yeah.
You actually can also install chat separately, and there is kind of an embed link inside of the chat that you can copy paste to OBS.
Hmm. Yeah, we see people do it all the time, and yeah, the only thing is that you need to make sure that you are using the latest version of OBS, because we are integrated with OBS encoders really, really deeply. So we do have a way to, yeah, to embed your Restream chat, and there are even like a few different ways how you can position that window. We definitely, it's definitely available. So give it a try. Maybe reach out to our support if something is not working out for you, because that feature exists for sure. All right. Stephanie is asking, I mean, Stefan, sorry, is asking, video with a length less than 1 minute should not be counted in the plan intro or outro. So I think we're talking about the video storage here and some limitations that are that we have for how many videos you can store. That's actually an interesting idea, because we were thinking about like changing like how we treat our storage, because yes, there's a limit of number of videos that you can keep in Restream, but there's a difference between a 1 hour video or a 30-second video. It's actually an interesting idea of um, how we could allow more like really teeny tiny short clips for intros and outros like this one. Thank you. I think it's a good and very valid point, Alex. Let's make a note of that. It's actually very makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm screenshotting that as we speak. All right. Can you make it possible to have the option to put the ticker on top of your stream? Yeah, that's a good one, because tickers currently run as a lower third, and yeah, I can see how for some people, depending on like what else is going on with the design of your stream, it could be useful to have it on the very top. Great feedback. I think it's all like product is making notes here as we speak, because yeah, we should be able to just move it up. All right. And it would be nice to be able to put a whole playlist on repeat. Yeah, that's a great. So that's kind of like looping our playlists. So currently, the workaround for that is you would want to duplicate playlists. With the new way of streaming, you can actually come back to the playlist card and like start it over again, and maybe even like change a few videos in it. We don't have looping for playlists just yet, primarily because we just need to figure out like how to make the user experience more kind of like seamless. And but yeah, that's something that we do get requests from time to time. You have up to 20 videos, I believe, that you can set in playlist. So that's kind of already a long playlist. And then yes, you need to duplicate it. But yeah, we'll keep that in mind in terms of how we could bring the looping to playlists as well as just individual videos. Which chat relays are on the roadmap for 2024? Okay, interesting. X does not seem to have integration anymore, unfortunately. Also, is there any plans to offer cheaper plans for personal users that have few viewers? So, not that. That's a good question. So, in terms of chat updates on roadmap, I don't think we have a lot going on. So, in terms of X chat, it is integrated. So, you do get chat messages from X. We actually took a few comments from X right now when we were streaming, but you cannot respond back to them. So, it's kind of like a read only. A lot of questions regarding integrations of chat kind of depend on the partner platform, right? So, for example, if we want to improve how the chats integrate, we have to talk to that platform, and they have to be on the same page with us and on board. So there is this kind of like thing to keep in mind. When it comes to cheaper personal plans for users, if you don't mind reaching out to us either through DM or support, we do have a few plans that we offer for gaming creators that are super affordable. They have some limitations in terms of what you can do with Studio, and but for if you're just trying to stream to more channels from your OBS, we do have a few options that kind of allow you to expand the channels on budget without necessarily upgrading to higher tiers. So let us know what's your use case, what you're trying to unlock, what kind of features, and we'll see what we can do. Um, All right. The response is what I mean. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So the response, it really depends on API. Like it depends on how the end platform, such as X or Kick, structured their API. So if something is missing, most of the time it's just because they did not build that functionality yet. Because if they have it, we'd try our best to always bring it to you. Oh my God, it's flat. The playlist feature is a game changer. I love it. Thank you so much for saying that. I really love to hear feedback on playlists. Also, let us know what you are using this for. What kind of videos do you schedule and queue? Because we have a few use cases in mind, like music, of course, tutorials, and educational content. Let us know what you are using playlists for, because we would love to see more examples of that. Awesome. So we do have one more thing that we wanted to share. Okay, we'll take a few more questions. Veteran Nation, I pay separately for a digital stream deck for a soundbar. It would be great if Restream had that ability. Oh, interesting. So a stream deck, I'm assuming you're using something like Elgato Stream Deck or something like that. Um, and you're kind of like looking for a way to include the stream deck into Restream. So we have a lot of shortcuts, by the way, in our studio in particular. So I can definitely share, or you can reach out to support and they can share like the list of things that you can do as shortcuts, just simply with your keyboard. If you need more, and yeah, especially for sounds, yeah, that's something that we'd need to look into a little deeper. But yeah, it's a great feature request and good feedback. So we hear you. Good point. All right. So let's go ahead and share one more thing. That's going to be me passing microphone to Alex because he wanted to also share something about
Me?
Restream. Yeah, and it's very simple. If we're hiring,
Yes. So
so
we
go
have
ahead.
some open positions, and currently we are looking for front-end engineers, design engineers, designers, and if you passionate person and who loves our product and who wants to add impact and help us to improve us, you're welcome to join. Please send us your application.
Yeah, and especially if you requested certain beautiful things and overlays and layouts and things that would make streams more beautiful, we would love to take your talent and your craft and get your help with making this happen beautifully and quickly. So yeah, definitely check out our positions and yeah, let us know if you have any questions. If you have any um, referrals as well. If you know of a great designer or design engineer, feel free to share that with them. We always love to hire from our users. We actually recently brought in a person into my team who was actively using Restream, and now they're going to be helping us with video production. So we do love to bring in and invite people to join our team from our user base because we believe that those people know our product the best, and therefore they can deliver the best results for everyone else who's creating with Restream. Amazing. And Sean is saying restream.io/careers, even more roles in there. Definitely check it out. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your time, for being here, for asking great questions, for asking insightful questions, because that shows us that you think about things that we build, you use the product every day, and we are so humbled and happy that we have such a wonderful community and everyone is so positive and supportive. And we want to continue building great things for you. We can't thank you enough for being our inspiration every day.
And thank you for
And
joining this stream.
big time. We love you and we hope to see you again.
Ah, it doesn't
Good.
work. Oh,
You
what?
need white. Here we go. Here we go. You need like a white-ish background, like so. That's why I have perfect
I
background
see
right here in my.
the background. No,
You can use you can use your wall behind you, like that would work too. See?
that's
Ta-da!
I mean.
Be patient. It's gonna come.
Anyway,
Anyways, thank you. It was a pleasure, and we will see you in a week. I mean, sorry, in a month, and hopefully more
maybe
new releases are coming up.
we will see.
Maybe in
So.
a week. We will see. Exactly. Thank you. Cheers, and have a great rest of the day. And happy streaming.